Yeah. What's up, Ben? All right. So today we got a couple, and I actually looked through these already. I did not see any kind of news on any of these today, so I'll be very careful on all of these. I am still holding VRAX from yesterday to see what it wants to do. I did decrease my size on VRAX though. Let's jump over here to Street Smart. So VRAX, I did have I think I had a three. Well, in total, I had 600 shares of it, and I just chopped it down to 192. I was just gonna let 192 trade on it, but yeah, I killed the position a little bit and just holding it under here. VRAX had a very poppy day yesterday, and so I was like, I'm gonna see what it wants to do. I was also looking over at VRAX's cousins, which is SIGA and GOVX. SIGA has come down here to this little bottom of 1026. Back if we go back a little bit on the hour chart, we can see, in this area there was a little bit of bounce. And then GOVX was also doing a little bit of a move like that towards these bottoms, but I'm just letting VRAX play out for the week. Not going to. What I'm looking for is a retest of this top, and also they averaged me up too, because I took a small loss yesterday of about 10 cents, so they averaged me up here around the 346. My last entry was actually at the 330s right here, right at the bottom, but they averaged me up because of that loss. But yeah, I did break a couple of rules yesterday trading red day stock, but I was like, man, this news is about the only news I've seen on the week. One Life says, well, that's funny. Haha. Yeah, you know. But yeah, definitely broke that size off. But not really seeing anything today that's looking super good. EVAX has this clinical trial too. It has, wait, let me go and pull this up so I don't say this wrong. Um, okay. EVAX has a personalized cancer therapy. I think it was in the stage 2B of the clinical trials. I really not interested in that news. The other ones that we saw over here, we have MGAM down 24%. We have, let's see, who else is kind of getting some movement. Agri is back up there, but it doesn't have any kind of news with it. But we know that Agri can get kind of volatile at times. So I just put that on there just to keep an eye on it. And what's up, SB? You still can't log into Google? Uh-oh. Appreciate that. Man, that's crazy, SB. They should have had that solved by now. What browser are you using, SB? It may be something like a caching issue with your authentication. Yeah, get that Brave browser. You tried using different browsers and still couldn't sign in. Hmm. Um, what else would be a holdup if you try to use different browsers? Let me go and check that again over here on the down detector and see if people are still talking about that in Google. Okay, so it says it looks like there was a spike yesterday at 8 p.m., but it does look like the reports have went down a little bit. Let's read some of the comments here. Search is working, but for some reason the app launcher won't load until after I search for something. Let's see. Is Google down for anyone else? That was 11 hours ago. Can't buy a movie. Yes, I can even open, I guess that should be I can't even open Gmail. There it is. Yeah, yeah. Now I can't even open Gmail. Okay, so still website issues, search and login issues there. Let's see where these problems are occurring, or is it worldwide? Okay, so it looks like there's a little fuzzy in Seattle, fuzzy in San Francisco, Los Angeles, little fuzz out there toward Atlanta area, New York, Washington, Chicago, little fuzz down here at the Tampa, Bahama areas. And these fuzzy spots are where the reports are coming from. Anyway, they are still having some frustrations. But man, I just want to see VRAX truly test this top here of the 375. I don't even know if it can do it without any kind of news on the day, if anyone will look at it, but that's what I was looking for, man. That test of the 375 yesterday, and it kept getting close, but just would not pull it. Right now it's 322. So it's 20 cents away from where I'm averaged up at the 46. Did I get my loss back yesterday? No, no. What I did was I bought some low and then I sold some because I got in 600 shares yesterday after I got off stream, and then I sold some in the green, but it wasn't enough to make up my loss. It just made my loss smaller. And then as it came back down, I just averaged off. Well, not averaged down, but I sold all the way off until I had 192 shares. And then by the time I had 192 shares, it was the end of the day. And I was like, well, I just hold these 192 shares into the aftermarket. And that's where it had this little gap down. But we'll see what it does today. It's like EVAX is going to be the trap of the day. We can go ahead and identify where those shorts will be hitting it. So it's got a top here of 360. And we have to see where the bottom is. It's also look sober. I don't really know if sober is a good idea. I was looking at the news on it, and it's basically a in-car technology that will tell if the driver is, or if there, I think it's either alcohol in the car or alcohol well, I think it's in the car. Let me read. I believe it's alcohol in the car. Open alcohol in the car. I mean, if it's closed, I don't think it can sense it. So let me see. Sobry Safe CEO featured nationally. Advanced technology combined or a company disrupting the alcohol management industry by focusing on preventative solutions instead of reactive processes. Develops, provides organizations. I'm looking for the actual software. Non-invasive alcohol detection and identity verification. So it'll basically it's gonna detect the alcohol and then say, okay, well, who is this? Who is this drinking or having this open alcohol in the car? So it's basically like a free DUI. It's like, here you go, buddy. Um, so yeah, that's crazy. But I don't know how that's gonna go. So that's why I wasn't so sure about SOBR yesterday when it started popping. It popped from 89 cents all the way to $4, and now it's just going flat. But I was like, I don't know if people are gonna really enjoy that functionality in their car, right? Somebody watching you, and then a machine in your car reporting you. So basically, you riding with a snitch. What's up, Lori Lee? SPY up to 386. We'll see if it does anything crazy. What time is that meeting supposed to be today? Let me see. Ready for no rate hike today and the market to rebound. We'll see if the market rebounds. They'll maybe be good. Let me look back at these old watch lists here. 2:30 Eastern time. Okay. We'll see what that does for us. I see the higher floats. I see Hibbits is green right now. Coinbase, ASUN, which was one that One Life was trading at one point. Fubo, Vail, SoFi, Plug, MULN, Rivian, Footlocker, BAC, Amazon, NU, and INTC are all green right now. And then mid floats we see DWAC, Veru, and BBBY are green right now. Siga, Sava, and Revlon are still red. AAIO, that thing came on down, bounced back up a little bit, but that was the heart attack detection company. Okay, so yeah, INDO, Hussug's green, but the volume isn't there. So we got about 15 minutes to the bell. Let's go and check out some news. All right, the Fed will hurt some Americans no matter what it does. Okay. Sports car maker Wall Street banks set to lose about 600 million on Citrix debt. Walmart plans cautious holiday hiring amid slowing U.S. Economy. Oil climbs after Putin orders partial mobilization of forces. Yeah, it is back up to 85, isn't it? Putin, man, come on, bro. But I guess that's what they want us to think, right? Evil, evil Russia. U.S. Blinken urges timely presidential election in Lebanon. Putin mobilizes more troops. Putin mobile. Okay, it's a lot about Putin. U.S. 30-year mortgage rate hits highest since 2008. UniCredit focused on internal delivery, open to M&A in all markets. Let's see. Moderna eager to collaborate with China on supplying COVID vaccines. Let's see. Deadline. Okay. These were an hour ago. Eyes on Biden's address as Putin escalates in Ukraine. Okay. Okay. EVAX up to 323. 6 million shares traded. It is the biggest volume mover, but the news is kind of weak to me. It's up 69, 70%, but I just smell weakness on it. But then again, I mean, I said that Virex had a strong catalyst, and I mean, it has some pops, but it just would not hold those levels on Virex. Yeah, yeah, Ben. What Ben is talking about is we were actually in some sitting in on some groups or whatever, and Ben heard somebody talk about minority trackers, and it just piqued his interest on because the idea that was proposed was pretty crazy. I think any kind of trackers are invade the privacy of the person. You know, I don't all that tracking and watching and spying and all that. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Even though they can do it anyway, it's like, come on, man, give me some sense of ownership of my own privacy. Basically, it's like, man, come on, bro. I want to have the choice to be watched rather than stripped of that choice and all eyes on me at all times. Yeah, yeah, they're specifically talking about minorities though, tracking minorities for some reason. I guess that they feel that the minorities don't have the same paparazzi as the rich, so they're gonna give them some paparazzi. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. The dude that said it, he was dead serious. He wasn't playing. It was an actual proposal. Yeah. Crazy how these proposals work its way up these little groups, and then all of a sudden you see it in some kind of democratic bill or some kind of bill that comes out and you're reading and you're like, what is this? When did we talk about this? And this is why you got to read the bill before you make the vote. Educate yourself. Because I'm telling you, they be sliding all kinds of stuff in there. Like, what is this bill down here on page 488? What's this? That's why I like when they put a bill. That's why I like when they do a bill as like a Word document or something like that. So you can use the find function so you don't have to read everything. You can just search for keywords and see what they're talking about for those keywords. Keep you from having to read a 500-page bill. But then some of them get slick and they want to just do a PDF. And sometimes a PDF you can search in, but sometimes it's disabled, and I don't like those. But we have about 8 minutes to the bell. We'll see how things open up. EVAX is the biggest mover on today. I'm thinking it's going to end up falling through the floor on that news. Daniel B, man, glad to see you this morning. I'm not gonna make fun of you. You're a regular human being, living and breathing with feelings and emotions and all of that gushy stuff. We got 7 minutes. When they say minorities, what do they mean? I'm guessing black, Hispanic, Asian. Um, yeah. Sometimes people use minorities and they have other meanings for it, but I just take it at face value what the dictionary says. But either way it goes, I'm not with the tracking thing of any people, majority or minority. That's why I have so many track blockers on my computer. I don't get tracked by nobody. Even Google. When I turn everything off, I make sure they have nothing running in the background. Nothing. When I do have to use this account. But Brave browser is good about keeping the tracking down as well. They have an automatic tracker or automatic blocker of cookie trackers and cookies and what was that other thing? I forget. But I know the cookies are the biggest thing though. About 4 minutes to the bell. Let's see if any other news has popped in. South Africa's Paramount receives orders for Mari aircraft. I'm wondering, with all of this Russian talk and Putin getting the Russian military together, are we trying to cycle history though? Are we trying to cycle history? Because it just seems like history just keeps repeating itself. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Got about 3 minutes to the bell. Seems more of a collusion among many. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. It's like, I mean, in these times that have been so volatile, it's like who's really winning? And it's almost like you can't even select a group. And that's how I know someone is on the back burner or in the shadows. It's like somebody's still winning out of all of this chaos and all of this. I don't know if they got their, well, I say I don't know. They probably definitely have their hands in the medical system and definitely in the political spectrum heavy, but they just are like phantoms in the machine, basically. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are targeting. I don't know what they want, but I try to be selective with my pronouns. He, she, they, them, they. Be selective because you never know. You never know what these things are. It's Anyway. We have about 30 minutes to the bell. I said 30 minutes, 30 seconds to the bell. SPY going to test 390. 386. 390. Okay, market just opened. And we'll see what all these things want to do. EVAX has a little flat base here at the 325 area. We'll put that as resistance. Got almost 9 million shares traded, going red on the day. Sober has been pretty flat throughout the pre-market. Under this $3. Let's see where the SPY is. SPY getting on up there. I'll see if VREX wants to get over 325s. That'll be dope. Because I see SIGA coming back green on the day. If it can hold up. GOVX get a nice little pop there. So we'll see. But none of them have a crazy volume. AGRX had a top up here of 215. resistance, and then pretty much the $2 there for the next level. So maybe 20 cents. It is holding green on the day. Doing it. It had a little bit, looks like it gapped a little bit from the 189, 186 up there to the 189. Testing this little gap fill at the 189, but finding some weakness there, especially not having any kind of catalyst on the week. All right. Okay, so that is EVAX is a low float. Float. So let's look at some of these daily charts. EVAX is above the 286, 200 moving average here. Threw a little wick down here to the $3 and it's bouncing around now. I'm just looking at these overall daily charts. Let me maximize this. Sober. Alcohol. We'll just call it the alcohol snitch. So had a bottom of 235. I really don't know if people are gonna just continue to invest in that. I don't know. Ford, Tel, and these down here I'm really not interested in. Apple, Tesla, CCL, Agri. All right, so Agri is holding up its green on the day though. We'll see how long that lasts. Exactly. People be watching, bro. Even when they don't have to, they'll eat your lunch just to make themselves look good. And that's pretty much what it all boils down to. How do you look in the public eye? Sober down 10, almost 10%. Coming on down to the $2 level. But after this kind of flat movement, it would be very unnatural for it to just crank back up and go and just start running. After all this flat, it just would be an unnatural move. But I mean, not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying the probability of it just breaking back up is very low. EVAX coming on back to the bottom of the $3, looking like it wants to break down that 3. Lori called out AMTD. That's the one that was moving with HKD, wasn't it? I believe. Let me see. Maybe this wasn't the one. A little bit higher float. May not give you the rip, but may just be a grinder. Low volume right now. It's only up 4%. AMTD. Yeah, I typed that right. Okay. Agri with the big flush. Not looking great. EVAX looking like it's going to do a $3 break here. To be honest, I'm cool. All right, let's see if y'all got any call outs over here. AMD, AMTD, anything else? Shares in U, One Life share, trading U. Oops. You did take quite a dip down there from the 35 down to the 34.50. Check this daily chart for this one. VRAX. VRAX with a small little bounce off the $3, throwing a wick up there very quickly. Threw a wick all the way back up there, but just could not get a little body to stick into that move up there. I'm gonna keep an eye on Sober. I'll just make something called interesting, and then put in here Sober. So where is that big green all day? The TELL, TELL, is one of the biggest movers that's holding its green up 10%. TELL getting a nice little move out of there. Only $3.05. but it is the biggest mover since the open. Doesn't have the most volume, only 6 million shares traded. And to be honest, it looks like it's only moved about 25 cents here, from the 75 up to the $3. So not expecting a huge push out of that. EVAX continue to play around this little flat area that it was testing around the 310s. EVAX trying to pull a red to green move, but I think it's going to fail. This red to green move may be a little bit weak. It got close. Let's also keep an eye on the SPY, which I think one lap caught out 390. Oil coming back down to the 85s. The only problem is that Russian catalyst with oil. Will the mobilization of those forces bring oil back above 90? If we look over here, we can see right now per gallon or per barrel, looks like it's pulled back down to the 84, right under the 85s. It's found resistance, but this resistance was before that news came out on oil. So we'll see over the next couple of days how that news digests and if it starts to lift out of here, out of that downtrend. SPY held the 380s down here, bounced back into this range around the 383, 384 level. In the NQ. So now SIGA, GOVX are green on the day. I want to see if they can hold, and if they can, VIRAX should come back green as well. U gave a quick pop back up to the 35.25 level. We're seeing a lot of pops and drops on this on today. TELL continue to push up. So looks like it's right at the 20 EMA on the hour chart. Let's see if it finds some kind of resistance up here. I don't think it should be that volatile anyway. The news on TEL is okay. It doesn't even. Did it have earnings or something? Had earnings back on the 20th, so that was yesterday. Drops. No, that's not earnings. They withdrew from some kind of project. Weird. They completed an acquisition of Haynesville Basin. Not the kind of news that's very alluring to me. AGRI coming on back up as well. Still has not completed this gap fill up here to 195. I don't know if it can, but it's only up 2%. So kind of questionable. EVAX threw a wick all the way down to the 275s and pulled back up in here. So this thing is getting wicky to both sides, low of the 275 as possible support. But that was quite a bit of a bounce there, almost 20 cents of a bounce inside that 1 5-minute candle. All right. SPY does look like it wants to get to that 390 though. Little flat bottom here, 385 on the 5-minute. Almost all the way back up to this top that it tested before, 386. EVAX, huge buy up back into this range of the 325. Don't know who's buying this thing up, but that's a lot of pressure right there. So now I guess the question is, who's going to win this? Got a slight trend from pre-market. $21 million shares. The only other thing over 10 million shares traded is Ford. But tail is looking like it wants to get in there as well. It's been going up for what, almost 30 minutes now. Yeah, at this point, if EVAX is the best that we got in the low float, I am probably going to be just sitting on my hands. Agri doesn't even have catalyst, bro. So I know it's going to be a bunch of fake outs. EVAX coming back up here, but I mean, what's the probability that it pushes all the way through this resistance that it keeps on going into and finding harsh resistance? Like the 325 is a problem. And now we can kind of see it. We can see it clearly on the hour chart and definitely clearly here on the 5-minute chart. How it's just been coming up to this level and failing. Testing that 25 there. Where are the 25s on the bid though? 22s, just not seeing those 25s come through. There's 25s very quickly. Could not hold them on the bid. Yeah, 25 is a problem. There's 25 punching it down there. Tail looking like it's slowing down around the 310 level. Maybe 6. Agri going up nice. Where's Agri? Agri. Is this the one I said was going to be doing some fakes? Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that no catalyst makes it hard for people to hold through breakouts. They just take profit real quick on any breakout. But I mean, the gap fill is up here to the 195, so I mean that could be a possibility for it. But I'm thinking that 195 is gonna be some heavy resistance. Let me look at where the size is on level 2s. So yeah, 3. No, that's way up there. 325 went too far. What is this? 194. Don't see any huge size there. We'll see if people get more confident after it tests up there. GOVX getting on up there to that top 113. Low volume. So I'm down 10 bucks on the day. I'm down 70 bucks on the whole trade though. So we'll see. We'll let that play. AMTD ended up going on down there. I love for anything about monkeypox to be said. Anything. Especially during this whole, well, I doubt they're going to say anything about it in the Fed meeting. SPY coming on down to the 386. Coming back red on the day. Okay, we got this big push down, or not big push down on the 325s, but it continues to test this level. Continues to kind of try to punch it. So there's the 23s, 24s. We may see the 25 stick here. A breakout would be the 325. So we'll see how quickly they take profit above 325. 14,000 shares sitting out there on 325, 13,000 shares sitting out on the level twos at the 330s. So a little bit of size that in that 5 cent range. SIGA looking like it's holding up its levels under this 11. We'll see if it continues to push up. Agri almost gap filling here, or is it a gap filling? Well, it's gap filling one level, that 189, and then the next one will be the 195s. So 190 touch. Can they get that 195 up there before this big fail? Yeah, let me see. Lori says it's between Agri and PGY. PGY also a higher float mover. PGY is ooh. Agri looks better than this one. PGY looks like a death stroll. Pumped up there from the 2 all the way up to the 33 and has grinded its way down all the way back to the $2. Let me see what that low was down here. 260-ish, 250-ish level. So it's definitely under the 250-ish level. But man, that thing looks deadly. And continue to, well, speaking of deadly, let it continue to bury itself. Okay, GOVX. Agri was the one we was watching. What was it? High of this? High was the 194. So it almost got filled. Almost to that 195. I don't think it can get it. Yeah, PGY. Questionable move there on PGY. Does it have any news on that as to why, or in the past couple of weeks as to why it dropped like that? Okay, Digital World acquisition. Pagya shares are trading lower. Company's partial lockup expiration going into effect today, so which was yesterday. What is a lockup? What are they talking about? Lockup, partial lockup. Partial lockup expiration. Partial lockup, no. When a company goes public through the traditional IPO, it usually sets a lockup period of 90 to 180 days, during which insiders can't sell their shares. That rule isn't mandated by Securities and Exchange Commission. It's self-imposed. It's a self-imposed one that prevents big investors from flooding the market with shares. Okay. Oh, so they were trying not to get trapped. That's what happened. That's what happened to PGY. Bad news was coming, and they had that lockup on this day, right as they were doing the dump. Crazy. So we did get that 195 throw up there, and now I think we're gonna see the big fail. Tested that level, that gap fill level, and looking for a big red now. You still pretty much in the same spot. AMTD down here at the 160s. Lori caught out Mara as well. Mara, it usually moves with the crypt, or I think that was a crypto stock. Usually moves with the cryptos. Let's see where it's at. Mara, 3 million shares, almost 4 million shares traded. Got a little pop up. Um, did it have news under there or something? Okay, so it says crypto market maker Wintermute loses 160 million in a DeFi hack. Oh, Twitter. Ugh, not Twitter. Okay, DeFi hack. I'm not clicking that link. Remember, guys, don't click links like this if you don't trust them, because I definitely don't trust it. That link may or may not be real. All right. Siga. I guess the other thing is I don't really trust Twitter like that either. I like to see a URL that is normal looking. That one looks like it's code, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. You better get a real website. Mara coming on down a little bit. GOVX doing the same. Siga, let's see what Siga looking like. Just going kind of flat. Was not able to break through those 11s yet, but is holding up quite a bit still from its from the lows of the 1020s. AMTD coming off of this bottom as well, but does not have a good uptrend, upward motion yet. Just kind of going flat. Yeah, SOBR absolutely died. SOBR. This thing's down 20 something percent. Continuing to pump down. I knew, bro, it's just not that many people that would invest in a basically a spying mechanism. It's like, think about it. If the police, if you are in an area and this thing says, hey, there's a slightly, well, you don't even have to be intoxicated because it says a non-invasive. It says it's not even, you don't have to be drinking it. All it has to do is detect alcohol in the air. So it's like, bro, you can have a bottle of rubbing alcohol and accidentally open it in your car. And there goes the police scanners. Oh, we have a driver on this so in whatever street. It's like, nah, bro, I'm good. And then you be wondering why they following you. How did they even know? I didn't even see them. Yeah. Mara getting a pushback off these 1075s. Only up 5%, 6% overall, so not a huge ripper. Agri. When will you fall? Okay. Giving a little strike down to the 187s, giving some punches. Punches downwards. Let's see if we can go ahead and break down. What? Oh, you got a new computer. Okay. All right. Siga pushing up to those 1110s, 1113s. Let's see if Virax can start to push up. Will it move in sentiment with Siga? That would be dope if it starts to do that. Because at first it wasn't, but they're all monkeypox news, which is why I have them kind of grouped here to kind of watch all three of them. But, you know, they can do what they do. Actually, you know what? I've never tried this, but let me see. So if I make something called monkeypox, where'd that group go? So monkeypox, and I want to add in here those symbols. Siga. What else? GOVX. This way I could just keep up with all of them. And then Virax. Okay, and then I could just roll those up into one. Cool. So I don't even have to look at it no more. So if I open this, it should have, yep. Okay, cool. All right. Monkeypox. AMTD, just not looking the greatest. I mean, it may come back up one day, but as of now, Monkey has monkeypox. Man, there have actually been a lot of cases popping up in where was it? new cases. I know that there were cases in Egypt, and I think there were a bunch of cases that popped up in China. I don't know if it was this, but I say popped up. The cases were probably there. It's just being reported. They've probably been there. That's the only problem with a disease or something that is very contagious is the speed that it moves and if people are even reporting it. But anyway, you still doing this thing. PGY, I don't really like any of that. I don't like that they locked investors into the trade. So that I don't like that. Mara continuing to do his thing. Agri, SPY at 180 or 386. And then tail. I just don't understand how that's even something that they can do. Just a company, it's not even part of SEC rules. They can just automatically be like, you know what, investors, you're locked in for 90 to 180 days. How in the bruh? I'll be so mad, bro. If I woke up one morning and I woke up after this, where did it go? On I think it was on EGY. I woke up and I see news that I'm in a lockup. And I'm like, what? And now this thing has dropped from $7 down here to $2.40, and there's nothing I can do about it. Can't call anybody, nothing. Just because I invested in this company. No way. Nope. Looks like I'm up $3 on a day. It must have bounced a little bit on VRX up to 316. So I'll just continue holding that. And we'll see if it can. It looks like I'm down $60 right now. We'll see. I let it play. The monkeypox. But yeah, I don't really see anything else that's interesting with Catalyst that's moving. I see a lot of things that can be played short, but yeah, I'm not shorting. So that is pretty much it. You can check out the Discord. We have I'm usually in the day trading Discord. Me and Donnell, we're usually chopping it up. Maybe Rooster, SB jumps in there sometimes. A couple people jump in there, and we kind of share the things that we're seeing in the market. It's a good place to be like, hey, I think I'm seeing like a double top, triple top. I'm seeing this pattern. Do you think you're seeing it too? Because it's just like a more of a community where it's like, first of all, why are you making the trade? And then secondly, what are you looking at? You know, you can put screenshots in there. You can circle different spots on your charts. If you're doing like retracement plays, Rooster loves retracements. And he puts retracements in there all the time of what he's looking at as potential either buy areas or potential areas for a stock to retrace into. But yeah, come be a part of the Discord. We also still have the DLA DAO in effect. You can check out that project in the DLA DAO Discord if you're interested in NFTs. And if you're interested in the play to earn type mechanism of the NFT games that we have. What else? Speaking of Rooster, Rudy, he has his own channel, Reliable Rudy, that you can go and check out. He pumps content out over there, dealing with different portfolio building methods, different strategy overlooks or overviews and things like that. We also have Stonks and Chumps Gaming. She has her channel. You can go and check her out. That's Lauren. You'll see her in the chat. She's one of our moderators. Also, you can check out Framer Fortune Home channel. Usually content coming out over there. Also, the Framer Fortune Crypto channel if you're interested in learning more about crypto. And I think that's it. Looks like I'm down $40. Looks like it popped up a little bit. Let's see. VRX up to 325 now. So yeah, nice little pop back in. I wanted to see it test this 380 level up here. I don't know if it's possible, but definitely wanted it to try. But yeah, getting some buying there. So I'm just gonna continue holding, and see if it can just come up and test that 380 level. If it stays here at the 325 zone, I'm gonna see if it can like double or triple bottom and give some plays like that. But you know, 30 bucks back in there as long as it doesn't crash out. So from $75 to down, and now I'm up $21 on the day. So we'll just let that play and look at it later on. But I wanted to hold this for the week just to see what it wants to do. And you know, it may or may not get crazy, but you know, it's one of those low volume movers on the day. If it can, then whatever. But SIGA, if we look at SIGA, it is also moving up 11.17, and then GOVX will probably be following that a little bit later, if possible. But I'll keep my eye on it. And yeah, that's about it for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate your call outs and everything else that you have input into the chats. Let me see. Lori said Rooster. Yeah, reliable Rudy. You'll see him in the chat sometimes. Let me see. Was he in here today? I don't even know if he was in here today. He might be asleep for real. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with Jerome at 230. You know, the market, the SPY here. I think One Life may be right with the SPY going up to 390, but we need to see where this how it gets to this 386. It went up there and tested twice, looks like on the 5 minute, but it really hasn't confirmed anything on the higher time frames. So 390 may be the spot. It may not make it there. It's all just a prediction. But yeah, appreciate you guys once again. Get ready to shut this thing down and go and get to work. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.